40 days with Jesus. We're back at the same well we were at yesterday as we spent time in John chapter 4. And today, the disciples just showed up. The disciples were wondering what Jesus was doing talking to a woman, but that's not the most important thing. They also want to offer them something to eat because they just been gone away to get something to eat. So that was what was important to them. During this process of them beginning the conversation, the woman took off, left her water jar, her thing for collecting water, and went back to town to tell people about this Jesus that she had met. And while she was gone, the disciples again came to Jesus and said, "Hey, Rabbi, I have something to eat." And Jesus says, "I have food that you know nothing about." Now, this is one of those times the disciples' minds were just blown. And they were like, "Where did he get food from? How did he get food?" You know, we went all the way back to town to get him some food. And he says he's already got food. Somebody brought him food while we were gone. And then Jesus says, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me." I got a new diet for you. Your food is to do the will of God. Now, if we live off of that kind of food, we'll certainly lose weight and get spiritually healthy, maybe physically healthy in the same time. Jesus said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. And then he goes on to this idea of the harvest that is to come. Open your eyes, he says to the people. Look, the harvest is here. The fields are white and ready for harvest. Now, Jesus may have been looking out amongst the real harvest, or he may have been looking and seeing a harvest of people walking his way. Because in the next verses we find out that many of the Samaritans from the town that the lady was in believed what she said about Jesus, and they came out to see this Jesus and to experience Jesus for themselves. And so maybe it was this group of people, the town, that was coming out to Jesus. And when they came out, they met Jesus and they asked Jesus to stay. And their declaration was this: we no longer believe just because of what the woman had said, but now they've heard for themselves. And they know that this man, this Jesus, really is the Savior of the world. They experienced Jesus for themselves. And hopefully you have. And there's 40 days with Jesus. Hopefully you are experiencing Jesus. I want to encourage you to read chapter 4 one more time. We're going to read chapter 4 3 times in a row. And I believe God's going to speak something new to you every time. This time ask God, God, what is it you want from me? What can you reveal to me new about Jesus, my Savior, as I read? And maybe even comment in your underneath this video, share some of the things that God has revealed to you about Jesus, either on this day or since we started 40 Days with Jesus. This is day 7. Tomorrow we finish up John chapter 4 with day 8 of 40 Days with Jesus. See you tomorrow.